Stockdale, I think they're 21, Floresville 22. You know, any structural fire department member is 20,000 plus. If you're a wildland, you know, they're getting what, 16 or 10?
6,000.
6,000 for a wildland, you know, and that's only if you're gonna, can only respond to grass fires and, you know, other than structure, you know, and even as if there's vehicle accidents. I mean, we've got people training electrification, but, you know, if they're not willing to stick with the department at this time and place, you know, we could lose trained volunteers. We've already lost a couple this year already. They was, you know, they had other things, personal life, pulled them away from the fire department, you know.
So I understand it correctly, Mike, you're saying that you can't have people there to run the department, or be there to make calls, as of right now?
Can't guarantee it. With the work schedules that I know of right now,
Right now, you're saying you don't have the manpower to volunteer to make the call as needed.
that's correct. As
That's what he said.
as needed and as the level of service that we provide. I mean, even to limp back into trying to climb back up, it would take some time.
Judge, I kinda got a handle on what your concern was. Why don't we give me an option to go back to ESD number 1, the city of Stockdale, and kind of visit with them more about this? Because if we're able to, keep that payment going, you know, make sure that y'all don't have to sell everything off to, because that's a start over that ain't gonna happen, you know what I mean?
Right.
And let me see if I can talk to them about it and see if they're willing to give a little bit in that, you know, to see where we go.
What kind of money are we talking
I
about?
think it's about 8,000 to 10,000, right?
What's that?
For your insurance for your vehicles and your payment, your no payment.
No, the insurance actually is, the due date on that is April 1st coming
Okay,
up.
how
That's
much?
gonna be around $5,000.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Last year was
realize
around 4,800, and that's for the building, for all the trucks, and
Okay.
everything's
give
been
a number.
insured.
What kind of payments?
that.
No payment.
That's $5,000 for the insurance.
Insurance. What about no
What
payment?
about no
The
payment?
lease agreement, which the last payment is a $1, if we wanna take possession of the collateralized items, is in 2021. Okay, so we've got 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
This year, what is the no payment?
We're just under $8,000
Okay.
for the lease.
So it's around
agreement.
13,000. 13 to 14,000.
You know, so that's the bulk of our 20,000 right there before we even put a gallon of diesel in a truck. You know, and before a flat tire is replaced or whatever. Last year, all batteries have been replaced and every truck has got brand new batteries in there. Couple of trucks got brand new tires, not all the way around, but.
I'd like to, if we can, whatever it is we do, whether it's 2 weeks from now or whatever, I'd like to leave the door open for Sutherland Springs Fire to return if something would break. It'd be a mistake to close it down just.
I agree.
If I had brought in like the internal case cards, not these here, but the internal case cards we've got, and show you the percentages of where we were, in the changeover in 2006, that's when we took possession in the fall, late fall, of the
Mike,
tanker.
I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind that the job that y'all done.
No, we're not that,
There's never been
excellent
that.
job.
No,
I mean, we were bringing up apparatus, we brought up training, we went beyond that with training, we've got people,
Well,
one
we're
person
just
is trained at
certified
the third
now.
level of
Well,
applications.
let me, okay, their check would be 20,000. If we have 13 to 15,000 in there, that probably leaves enough to help with fuel and other things to keep them going for this year. We still don't have the volunteer deal fixed. We're still gonna have to probably contract with Stockdale and with ESD1 for the manpower. You know, and whatever other.
So the mutual aid agreement comes in?
Yeah, but I gotta go talk to the city and the ESD and make sure that they're okay with that, because they're the ones about the numbers. You know, we get the fire trucks and go to the fires, that's what we do. The agencies or the entities that support them are about the numbers. And they're the ones I need to talk to and find out if they're willing to give for a year and see, you know, see if we can go ahead and make the coverage areas like I talked about, split it, leave Sutherland Springs intact, and, you know, as it's going, and they can still respond to fires and all that, but we're gonna get called out too. We have tried in the past what's called an automatic aid tone out, and we just, with the changeover in dispatch, you know, it's just hard to keep them trained up on all the different aspects of that. So we've more or less had to do it amongst ourselves.
Just suggest tabling this for 2 weeks, table 16A and B,
Mhm.
and let you make your,
See if I can talk to the ESD and City of Stockton.
And if you would like that, I will make sure that I'm here for the next court, commissioners court, so if you need any updates that I may have from community association,
tonight.
you know, with this and added news, there might be some other ex-fire department members from other departments say, hey, you know, we got some training, you know, we'd like to help you out, and, you know. One of the challenges we have had is that we don't have a climate control, meeting or area there, you know. I invite, Ricky knows what our station looks like, you know, but the rest of the commissioners and the judge, you know, you're welcome. You know, make an appointment with me, you know, whatever time I'll be there, come look and see what our station is.
His doesn't have one either.
Yeah, I know.
It's climate controlled, it's cold in winter and hot during the summer.
Yeah, but you'll talk to people in the community, I mean, there's been times where me personally, I know, and other department members have been there when it's been 110 degrees outside and inside that building it's 140, sitting there waiting because of the chances of fires on those particular days was very great. So, you know, we braved the elements just to be there on time.
Well, thank you.
You know, even-
Appreciate it. Motion to table. Motion by Commissioner Wells, second by Commissioner Water, all in favor? Okay, so this, item 16A and B are tabled.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for having me. See if my car's floating down the river now.
Okay, number 17, Josie Tackett, County Sheriff, presentation of racial profiling staff.
Judge, this is something I just need to review her so she can follow it as you want.
Review or anything? But you just, you want everybody to review it, or?
Yeah, if y'all want to.
No. I can read, if you want me to, I'll read off the number of vehicle stops for citations. The total were 1,252 for citations, 1,178 for arrests, only 27, and for both 47, just for stops. Okay, and the ethnicity of the people of these stops, 49 were African American, 0 were Asian, 799 were Caucasian, 380 were Hispanic, 28 were Middle Eastern, and 1 was Native American, which adds up to 1,257, which is close, 5.
Yeah.
So, thank you, sir. 18, Eva Martinez, County Clerk, minutes.
Yes, sir. We have handed out copies and Catherine has had a chance to review and will make corrections.
Okay,
I think that you had wanted to make
I
a
had-
comment on,
corrections for February 23rd, 2015, item 9, where it says handbook committee participants. Instead of having Dana Farwell, county attorney, have county attorney or designee. And then where it says Kristen Lewis, assistant county auditor, have county auditor and designee. And the same thing where Vicki Mills, human resource specialist, have human resource specialist and designee. Should be the same as item 6.
and we will go ahead and correct that, Judge.
Okay,
To
also-
reflect the office versus the person.
Okay, and item 7, which was last on the bids, It did not get put on the agenda for this,
That is correct, sir.
That's right.
this meeting, so, and it was said in the motions that it would, so it will have to be changed till next meeting.
That is correct.
So you want to-
Yes, we will make sure that it is on the agenda.
Okay.
Other than that, Judge, I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes.
There's a
Those
motion by
changes.
Commissioner Wiley to accept the minutes, seconded by Commissioner Morales, all in favor? Any opposed?
I'm abstaining because I wasn't here on the 23rd.
Okay.
No problem.
Abstaining, Commissioner Fly. Okay, 19, Jan Hartle, A, financial report.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, there's a corrected one for December. I picked up the wrong balance for a tech school in December. So I have corrected the December report
Okay.
and then the January report, and then I have done an annual investment report. So it just gives you, from the fiscal year, it runs from October 2013 to September of 2014.
So this is actually A and B,
Uh,
which the B is the amended financial report for.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
that's okay, that's good.
What happens with funds like on Wood Valley Acres, where they had paid off their bond?
We have closed those accounts, we have closed the CDs when we were able to close the CDs, and we closed their checking accounts, so they're in, we put them in the general fund now. Whenever they come, then we put them in the general fund, whenever they're paid off.
I was just curious if that went back for, wasn't much for road maintenance or what happened with it.
That's the general fund. And Tom, is each road kept separately
Yes.
in the general fund, or each one is kept separate?
It's not significant numbers, I just,
Right.
Commissioner, the reason we can roll them into the general fund is when those warrants were paid, the general fund funded it if it was undershort of the people being delinquent on property taxes.
not really a problem, I just wanted to be sure they weren't sitting. Okay.
Motion to accept the financial report.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Gomez,
I'll second.
second by Commissioner Wiley, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, let's see. Need another motion for the amended financial report of December. Have y'all looked it over? Okay, motion by Commissioner Thomas, second by Commissioner Brown, all in favor? Okay, any opposed? Okay, and number 20, Jan Hartle, County Treasurer, take action on forming an investment committee.
Yes, sir, and Judge, I have your signatures required on this and that of the commissioners on.
And
Go ahead.
I did before I go down, I was gonna tell you on the, investment, the annual investment, I did sign a page for that to be signed also. So I just want, that's the one you're signing now, Judge.
Okay,
That's the annual investment report. Okay, now, on the investment committee, I have some bad news. First National will not renew our contract. So we had a 4-year contract with a 2-year extended, okay? So this is up, our 4 years is up now. So I called them and asked them if, if we could just extend the contract. Well, Andy called me back and said, when they did that contract, that they're not charging any fees. And with interest rates being the way it is, that they are, that they would rather not renew our contract, that we'd have to go out for bids. So I would like to form an investment committee. And on the investment committee, I would like, I don't know if I can suggest, but I would like, Tom and myself, the county judge, and a commissioner, and a representative from the county attorney's office. So,
I see no problem with that. I recommend we get appoint Commissioner Raleigh, businessman. Sure. Be part of the committee.
if that's okay with everybody.
It's okay with me.
We don't vote on it, right?
yes, okay, okay, the
Can you
county
call out
treasurer,
those?
county
Okay.
auditor, county judge, county attorney, and one commissioner? Okay. Okay, 5 people on,
Anybody that don't want it, okay?
okay,
Hold on just a second. You have treasurer, attorney, judge, Commissioner Wyland, and somebody else. Oh, okay, auditor.
And,
Okay, I just.
should it state like, like it stated on what you corrected a while ago?
county attorney and designee?
Yes.
Yes, that would be,
Yes.
Yeah, we
Can
can
it
do
be
that,
stated
Judge.
like that? Is that all right?
yes, okay, on each, how about on each one?
Okay. That would be
Treasurer or
fine.
designee, that way if you're not here, you can send somebody. And the county auditor,
Sure.
designee, county judge and designee, county attorney, and Commissioner Court.
That sounds
You
good.
got that?
Yes, sir, thank you.
I know you do.
I
Okay.
can't have a designee, I have to be there no matter what. Is that-
No, we can put designee for you.
And bring the donuts.
Thanks, Paul.
Well, then I'll go to that meeting. There's gonna be different ones.
Okay, we need that in form of a motion. Okay, moved by Commissioner File, second by Commissioner Morales. All in favor of forming an investment committee of the people that we just mentioned? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We have an investment committee now. Thank you.
Hey, Judge, regarding what Ms. Harder was saying on the bank, I think the bank just doesn't want to renew the contract as it exists. So we may be out of compliance with the contract the way it is from 4 years ago. We just have to go back and we have the
Right.
attorneys look at it.
She's
make
looking
sure-
at the way, at the bids, right?
Okay,
Right.
Are you looking at I sent y'all a copy of the bid
Okay.
that we're gonna go out
I must
for?
have it.
Okay, all right,
Okay.
thank you. But on that note, I told Dana that, we have to move on this on the March 28th meeting. Okay? Thank you.
you have to have something before then?
Yes, sir.
We need to meet soon then.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 21, Vicky Mills, Human Resource Specialist, Payroll and Personnel Changes. Let's see.
Okay, I'm doing this.
You know still new too.
Okay, we have 2 new employees. Joe M. Mendez, he started for R&B Precinct 3 on February 23rd, making $22.56.81 per month. And then we have Sue Stewart, she's part-time, temporary as needed for JP Precinct 2. She started at $8 per hour. Status changes is Crystal Zeller, the sheriff's deputy, promoted to corporal with a $25 increase in pay as of October 1st, 2014. Devin D. Benavides, she works in the tax office in the auto, and she became a full-time employee as of March 2nd, 2015, at $17.50 per month. Payroll changes, Crystal Hidalgo in the clerk's office, her salary increased from $1937.50 to $2029.38 per month, effective immediately. And Douglas Smith, R&B, Precinct 4, salary increase from $23.40 to $25.13.33 per month, effective immediately. And that's it.
Want to say it again? More practice?
Okay, motion to accept the changes by Commissioner Wiley. Second by Commissioner Hall, all in favor? Any opposed? Tom Duke, County Auditor, Bill.
Judge, item 12B will be part of the bills, the audit bill that we received from Byron Company.
Okay.
We're free on that.
Pay the bill.
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, now that we got here on the bills, I think there's also Olga from the tax office that she has something to submit. So she can explain to us and Kathy about the changes of the tax, the registration, the billing. You have to come up front to
The one sticker
The
issue.
one sticker issue that we have to pay a bill.
Why don't I put her under,
It's not only,
But it's a bill.
Judge,
Comment?
do you want to put her under public
Yes,
comments and you
public
just cannot
comments.
respond? Okay,
It's
go
a
ahead.
bill that we have to pay.
Yeah, go ahead and sign it. Okay.
It's a bill. That's why I told her that it will be fine there. So that way we know that we have to pay a bill every week. And starting immediately, right, March, we already
The
owe.
two-step, one sticker was implemented March the 1st, 2015. All exempt agencies never paid an inspection fee. But now it is implemented by the state to pay the state portion of the inspection fee at the county office in which the vehicle resides. And the payment must be made whenever it's presented to us by each precinct. And we need to allow the auditor's office to write a check for whatever's necessary for each commissioner each month, the sheriff and whoever has an exempt vehicle.
You need to say Kathy.
It's a bill.
what's that? Do you understand that?
Yes, I just want the court to understand it.
Yeah, I understand.
You're the main one.
And you're taking it under bills?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, 23, adjournment.
Wait, let's pay the
Oh,
bills.
excuse me. Not adjourned yet. Motion to pay the bill. Commissioner Cummings, second. Commissioner Ross, all in favor? Adjournment. Now we pay.
Aren't you glad, Judge, we put it under this time?